Ash, is the stream working fine? What are you watching it on? Good morning, Limitless Network. We'll see how we're doing this morning because the stream seems to be a little bit funny, probably with all of the hype of the Euro Cup 2021. So, yeah, if you didn't catch the football this morning, it was a nail-biter between England and Italy. Yeah, won't have any spoilers just in case you plan on watching a replay or anything like that. But what I really wanted to do was take this time this morning with you all to really, I guess, have a chat about the role that, when we look at professional athletes and we look at sporting professionals, would you say it is harder to become a professional sporting athlete or harder to become an elite business or health entrepreneur? Now, when you look at that question, we focus so much, I guess, and when we're watching a game and things like that live on TV and we're seeing these professional athletes, really performing at their peak and excelling and, teamwork is there, leadership is there. How would you relate, I guess, the sporting world to that of your business, a professional business? At the end of the day, you have teams, you have elements of leadership, you need to plan extremely well. You have an objective, you want to reach that objective, and through that objective, along the way, we set ourselves goals, we set ourselves tasks. And when we look at the way in which we run a business, if we aren't running our business, whether it's for ourselves on our own health entrepreneurial journey, or the business of, whatever healthcare that we provide into our community, if we aren't looking at that like running a professional or elite team, then how can we ever expect ourselves to get to that elite status? Now, when we look at the way in which professional athletes perform, they perform on such an elite level through persistence, through determination, through grit. These are how these elite athletes get to where they are. And it's about doing not only the glamorous stuff, the glamorous stuff, yeah, playing in a Euro Cup final, yeah, 100%, how amazing is that? But it's about doing the other strategic stuff that we don't see. It's these trainings. They're up 4 a.m. They're constantly training. It's the grit and perseverance. Do what's boring. How many times do they want to go and dribble the ball? How many times does Roger Federer want to be hitting that forehand constantly, practicing his serve? But it's that level of determination and grit and persistence that allows them to refine their skill and to continually perfect it, knowing that even at number one, there's still things to learn. There's still things to improve. They still have a coach. They still have a network and a team around them that are supporting them to get to where they want to go. And the reason why, this is timed in really, really nicely is, we're almost halfway through July, halfway through the first month of the new financial year. And a lot of people look to their financials to then plan and instigate planning in their business. Now, unfortunately, though, when we're looking at our financials to plan, a lot of the time it is quite reactive. It is quite reactive because we're looking at and going, oh crap, our financials aren't performing where we need to do. Okay, what do we now need to do to change it? Whereas when we look at planning first and then bringing our planning process into where we want to achieve in our financial performance, in our business performance, in our personal performance, then we know where we're going. Somebody doesn't wake up one day and yes, they have a goal, a dream, a desire to get to, play on the world stage, the Euro Cup, or the Olympics are now coming up as well next month. We have this dream. With that dream comes goals and objectives. And if we don't strategically plan our way to get to those goals, I couldn't wake up tomorrow and be like, yep, I'm off to Tokyo to go compete in the Olympics. No, it takes years and years of dedication and work to get to those levels. People don't wake up overnight and just go, yep, cool, I'm now a professional athlete. And unfortunately, we don't take that same mentality in business. We expect business, and as business owners, sometimes we expect business just to happen. Yet we don't have a plan. We don't have a plan to strategically make it happen. So how can it actually happen without a plan? If we don't strategically plan and know where we're going to go and know where we're going to head and know what we want to achieve, how can we possibly achieve it? And it might be dumb luck, it might be fluke, but then what happens so often is when it just falls into our lap, we don't know what to do with it. And a lot of the time we've built something up or it's just fallen into our lap and it's very, very quickly taken away from us because we don't have the strategic plan to manage. So what I guess I really wanted to chat with you guys today was the fact that we've started a new financial year. What does your planning now look like? How are you going to become the champion in your business? How are you going to become that elite health entrepreneur, whether it's for yourself or for your business? Whether or not it's in a year, in 5, in 10 years, whatever it may be, what steps are you putting in place today to make that goal a reality? Are you, when we're looking at the soccer analogy, are you up at 4 in the morning dribbling the ball? Practicing your goal scoring, practicing your basics, practicing your foundations to improve. The fact that the world number ones practice dribbling, practice passing, practice shooting. These are what we would call the foundations. Then you layer on things like fitness, attitude, leadership, all these other things in their world that then creates them to be the sports person that they actually really are. And to me, that is so much more powerful, is knowing that, yes, we see them on TV. Yes, we see that shiny sort of light that they're showing us at the moment. But at the end of the day, we don't really take stock of how hard it was to get there and how much determination, grit, and resilience it was. And planning. Planning is what it's all about. And another point of planning is, we don't take the time to do it. We don't invest the time required. We don't seek help from those around us to plan better and to know what direction we should be taking and to know what's happening in our market. We don't take stock of that. So my question to you is, how are you going to now become the elite professional in your area of life? And what is planning going to do to help get you there? So that's the question I'm going to leave you with this morning. Have an amazing, amazing day, and apologies in advance if this stream is a little bit funny this morning. I can see that it is a little bit glitchy on my end, so we'll see how we go. If not, I am dabbling with some other software at the moment, so we'll see how we go, and if it's still playing up, we'll look to be changing that out to make this experience a lot more pleasurable for you. But until then, have an amazing day, and I'll be catching up with you tomorrow as well, and we're going to cover off a little bit more planning about that as well. But have an amazing day, and if you didn't watch that Euro Cup final and you are into football, you know, you definitely in for a treat if you do decide to watch that replay. But I believe each and every one of us has it within us to be an elite at some level, shape, or form in any area of our life. We all desire an element of mastery, but for me, it's how you're going to get there, and planning's the way. So, with that, once again, a little shout out to our Limitless Network here. You're wanting to join a group of like-minded health entrepreneurs that want to really elevate and step up in the world of connection, collaboration, and peer supportive network. This is what it's all about. You know, at the end of the day, we've got people from all shapes and sizes and all walks of life that in their own right are health entrepreneurs. Whether or not you're from any industry, don't have to be from a specific health industry. But I would have to say that one big thing that we are going to be covering off on in this journey is values. You know, and when we look at values, values is a big thing in our lives, and health often pops up on that. So